Right now at noon, Wisconsin Republicans are trying to make absentee voting more difficult. The governor announces plans for 4 additional community vaccination sites across the state.
This is News 3 Now at noon.
Good afternoon, I'm Mark Kane. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 Now on this Tuesday, a beautiful sunny afternoon. Let's head to the Weather Center. Meteorologist Chris Reese has a look at your first warm forecast. I didn't even wear a jacket today.
There's no need to wear a jacket at all. The temperatures outside, Mark, they are taking off way beyond what's normal for this time of the year, and we continue to warm up. In fact, we have adjusted the forecast for this afternoon to make it even warmer. 15 degrees warmer than we were at this time yesterday, and at this time yesterday, our temperature had already been close to the freezing point. Here we are at 45 degrees, 46 at Boscobel right now. Janesville is at 43, and we still have these winds out of the west and northwest. Now, with winds being out of the west and northwest, we've seen a little bit of a cold front come through. Clouds will start to move in. They are not all that far away. So, in fact, you see how things are starting to show up on radar. Our temperatures will level out at this point and then slowly begin to drop as we move a little bit further into the afternoon and evening. So, we made it to the mid-40s, folks. That's with sunshine. So after News 3 Now, take a moment and get outside because you do not want to miss how amazing it feels. We're also going to be breaking down when we see a cool down and when we could see our next system come through.
All right. Enjoy it while we can. Thank you, Chris. Republican lawmakers have introduced a series of bills designed to make it more difficult to vote absentee in Wisconsin. The effort comes after former President Trump made unfounded claims of widespread voter fraud after his narrow loss to President Joe Biden in the state. Governor Evers is all but certain to veto the bills if they pass the Republican-controlled legislature. The state assembly is set to sign off on a bill that would clear the way for It would clear the way for updating the state's outdated unemployment insurance system. The governor has blamed the system for causing delays in processing claims filed during the pandemic. The measure would allow state officials to use federal money to start upgrades, and Governor Evers has signaled that he will approve the bill. Lawmakers are looking for answers into the security failures during the January 6th assault on the Capitol. Today, the Senate is holding a joint hearing with 2 committees questioning the men in charge of security that day. Madeline Rivera has more details from Capitol Hill.
Lawmakers have called the former heads of security for the U.S. Capitol to give answers about what went wrong on January 6th.
There's no question that there were colossal breakdowns in the intelligence gathering and security preparations leading up to the events of January 6th, as well as during the coordination and response efforts once the attack got underway.
The former law enforcement officers say the failure started before January 6th.
Based on the intelligence that we received, we plan for an increased level of violence at the Capitol and that some participants may be armed. But none of the intelligence we received predicted what actually occurred.
And they denied that the National Guard was not put on alert out of concern about what that might look like.
Let me be clear. Optics, as portrayed in the media, played no role whatsoever in my decisions about security.
Lawmakers on both sides of the aisle say they are angry over the failures to protect the U.S. Capitol. And today's hearing is just the first in a series of hearings looking into the matter.
We need to know what happened and how to ensure this never happens again. It's that simple.
Congressional leaders are also working on setting up an independent commission to further investigate the assault and report on the causes. Madeline Rivera, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
And the Justice Department is moving ahead with criminal investigations into those who breached the Capitol. To date, the government has filed charges against 273 people, and more are still being looked at as the FBI pores over the evidence. The U.S. could have 240 million doses of COVID-19 vaccines by the end of March. Pfizer and Moderna have pledged to have a combined 220 million doses available for shipment. Johnson & Johnson, which has yet to be authorized by the U.S., has pledged to also have 20 million doses available by the end of March. The vaccine makers, along with AstraZeneca and Novavax, are testifying virtually before a House committee today. DHS officials are opening 4 additional community-based vaccination sites throughout the state in the next 2 months. Governor Evers says the clinics will be located in La Crosse County, Racine County, and Marathon County, with the 4th site split between Douglas and Barron counties. DHS officials say those locations were chosen to address gaps in vaccination efforts. The state's first community vaccination site opened in Rock County last week. All Wisconsinites who are currently eligible for the shot can schedule an appointment at any of the clinics, regardless of where they live. U.S. flags are at half-staff this week for the 500,000 Americans who've died from COVID-19. Yesterday, at a candlelight vigil honoring those who have died, the president called on Americans to remember each person for the life they lived.
There's people behind the numbers. I mean, our mom's behind that number, and it's really sad.
I love you. What's the last thing you said? It's indescribable. The pain feels like you're literally being punched in the stomach.
The House plans to vote this week on the Biden administration's massive COVID relief package, but it faces a tougher challenge in the Senate, where Republicans say it's too expensive. The relief package includes $20 billion toward the vaccination effort. New at noon, 2 teenagers have been charged with fatally shooting a UW-Whitewater student leader, but they're still on the run. 22-year-old Purcell Pearson was meeting up with the teens outside his Milwaukee apartment to sell designer eyeglasses on February 5th. The incident, caught on camera, shows people in a vehicle shooting him and driving away. The alleged buyers, 2 17-year-olds, remain at large. According to a criminal complaint, they had arranged a meeting to buy the glasses through an app. Pearson was a recent Whitewater graduate and was president of an African-American fraternity. Wisconsin's wildlife officials plan to end the state's wolf hunt season across most of the state tomorrow, after hunters and trappers filled half of the statewide quota in a little more than 24 hours. The DNR launched the hunt yesterday and was scheduled to run through Sunday. As of this morning, hunters and trappers have taken 60 wolves. That is half of the state's 119 quota. DNR officials will end the season in 3 of the state's 6 management zones, effective at 10 a.m. tomorrow. The zones include the southern 2/3 of the state, as well as a part of northeastern Wisconsin. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Today marks the 1-year anniversary of Ahmaud Arbery's death. A look at why no trial date has yet been set.
Una llamada, nada más.
Isang tawag, ganyan lang.
مكالمة واحدة هذا كل شيء.
Ci vuole solo una chiamata.
Halmar nasawa.
No matter how you say it, it's always one call, that's all.
When it comes to 2020, it's time to wipe the slate clean and get a fresh start now at Herzing University. Earn the degree you need for a lasting career. Herzing is accredited, transfer-friendly, and offers you the personal care and support so important during these times. We'll even waive your enrollment fee. A new year, a new career. You've got a clean slate.
I'm possible at Herzing.
Call or click today.
There's still time to save big because Steinhoffel's President's Day sale has been extended. Take 35% off store-wide, plus get an extra $100 off and great deals like any size Sealy mattress, $99. This leather reclining sofa, only $7.99. 5-piece dining set, $7.49. A queen bed, just $8.99. Steinhoffel's has the largest selection of in-stock furniture and mattresses at the guaranteed lowest prices. So hurry in and save big, only at Steinhoffel's and steinhoffels.com.
Andrew Larson here with Larson Home Services. Normally, this is the time of year my team would get to meet a lot of you at all the area home shows. But since we can't do that this year, we'd like to take our exhibit on the road and safely and responsibly show you why now is the perfect time to replace your gutters with a new Leaf Guard gutter system. They're guaranteed to never clog, so you can keep that ladder in the garage where it belongs. If you ever have an issue, my team will come out and take care of it for free.
They're the best. I don't have to worry about the gutters getting clogged up with the seeds, the branches, the dirt, the roof sheddings, and it's just one less worry for me.
Love it. And right now, get our home show special. Get free installation labor, free financing for 12 months, and a $100 Visa gift card with your new Leaf Guard gutter purchase. Don't wait. Call now to schedule your free estimate.
Life has changed over the past year, but what hasn't changed is Meineke continuing to make your safety our #1 priority. To give you peace of mind, receive a free brake inspection with any appointment. Meineke Car Care Center is here to help keep you safe on the road.
Serving the people of Wisconsin for over 30 years. Call us today for a free consultation. Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
A convincing case from one COVID-19 vaccine candidate, and the chicken sandwich wars heat up with a south of the border edition. Diane King Hall has your Money Watch report.
Johnson & Johnson says if it's given the green light, it will be able to provide 20 million doses of its COVID-19 vaccine by the end of March. The drug maker also says it would have the capacity to provide 100 million vaccine doses to the U.S. by the end of June. U.S. health regulators are still reviewing the safety and effectiveness of the shot. A decision to allow its emergency use is expected later this week. Home Depot continued to reap the rewards of people sprucing up their homes during a year of staying home. The nation's largest home improvement chain says sales shot up 25% in the final quarter of last year, and earnings totaled $2.86 billion. All told, its registers rang up a record $132 billion in sales for all of 2020. Texas residents and businesses will have an extra 2 months to file their federal income taxes. The deadline was pushed out to June 15th instead of the traditional April 15th deadline. The IRS is allowing the postponement due to last week's deadly winter storm. And just in time for Taco Tuesday, Taco Bell is jumping into the chicken sandwich wars. The fast food chain calls its rendition a sandwich taco hybrid made with crispy white meat chicken marinated in jalapeno buttermilk. A nationwide release is expected later this year. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Diane King Hall.
Diane, thank you. Let's check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrials down 173 points. The NASDAQ off 338. The S&P 500 is down 39. Well, today marks a year since the killing of Ahmaud Arbery in Georgia. Ahmaud's mother is speaking out in memory of her son who was chased down and killed while jogging.
To be honest with you, Ahmaud is the last thing I think about at night and the first thing I think about each morning.
A year after her son's death, his case has been handled by 5 different district attorneys, and thanks to COVID-19, no closer to trial. Arbery's family says he was out jogging and then chased and killed by a white father and son and a neighbor in pickup trucks. Only after video from one of the men was made public nearly 3 months later were the suspects arrested and charged with murder.
Should we be worried? No. Justice will come. And I believe as soon as COVID is under control, we will see justice in this case.
The real progress has not come in a courtroom, but outside of it. At the time Arbery was killed, Georgia had no hate crimes law. Following the outcry over his death, it does now. Last week, Georgia's governor unveiled legislation to overhaul the state's Civil War-era citizens arrest law that had come under scrutiny after Arbery's death. Well, still to come at noon, the sunshine is warming us up today. High temperatures in the 40s, and we're going to stay warmer throughout the rest of the week. Chris has the details of your first warn forecast coming up.
Stoughton Health reminds you to protect yourself from COVID-19. Clean your hands often, disinfect frequently touched surfaces, avoid close contact, especially with the sick, and if you're sick, stay home unless seeking medical care, and wear a mask. From Stoughton Health, protect yourself and others.
Menards has what you need to keep your home safe. From smoke and carbon monoxide alarms to fire extinguishers and more, Kidde home safety products keep your family protected in case of emergencies. This Kidde smoke alarm comes equipped with a 10-year sealed battery that never needs replacing. Pick up a 2-pack today for only $24.99 after sale price and 11% rebate. Get 11% off everything right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards. Again,
Furniture in downtown Baraboo should probably be called McGann Furniture and Flooring because we're the area's oldest and most experienced floor covering store. Our friendly staff will explain the many types of flooring available, answer questions, and make suggestions so you can choose what's best for your home and lifestyle. We always offer free in-home measurements and estimates and use the finest installers in the entire area. And remember, at McGann's, we don't inflate prices only to mark them down for a sale. Stop in today and discover the difference. You'll be glad you did. McGann Furniture, downtown Baraboo.
Erectile dysfunction for men of all ages has become much more common. In fact, most men don't realize that 90% of erectile dysfunction is a direct result of broken down old blood vessels. This causes a lack of blood flow that is critical when achieving an erection. With our state-of-the-art technology, we're able to stimulate new stem cell growth right in our office with no pills, no needles, no surgery, and no pain.
To book your consultation and get back to natural functionability, call Peak Performance for Men today.
Is knee pain disrupting your active lifestyle? Stoughton Health and the Ortho Team Clinic now offer the Conformist Total Knee.
It's designed to fit the shape and contours of your knee, allowing for an easier recovery.
Stoughton Health. Get back to your active lifestyle.
Hi, folks. All week long, we're highlighting local businesses taking part in Winter Restaurant Week.
Wednesday morning in the 608, we take you inside a one-of-a-kind barbecue experience on Madison's north side.
We'll see you from 4:30 to 7 on News 3 Now this morning.
Accurate news as it happens, right here where you live. Information that you can use from the team you can trust. For more local stories that impact your life, News 3 Now. The Farm Report is sponsored by Blain's Farm and Fleet.
Well, let's check in now with Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report. Get this out of the way and get outside.
Oh, man, it feels so good. It's just, the sunshine always feels good, but it's beautiful to have the temperatures that go along with it. Let's just hope it hangs on. I talked to a couple of farmers already today. One of them was already working on his soybean planter to make sure it's all set and ready to go. So optimism abounds when the weather turns around. Well, let's talk a little bit about what's happening with Wisconsin agriculture in 2020. The Wisconsin Ag Statistical Service released their latest tally of the number of farms in total we've got here in the state of Wisconsin. Remember, this is all producers. It totaled 64,400 farms in 2020. Now, that is down about 500 farms from 2019. But according to the Wisconsin Ag Statistical Service, the biggest decrease in the number of farms we saw were for those farms that had less than $10,000 in agriculture sales, so probably smaller land operations all the way around. We lost 300 farms of that smaller size in 2019. Total land in farms was basically unchanged at 14.3 million acres. We just don't want to give up our farmland. The average size of Wisconsin's farm in 2020 was 222 acres, up 2 acres from 2019. The average farm size in 2019 from $100,000 to about $250,000 in sales. That's up a little bit compared to 2019. Nationwide, we lost about 4,400 farms, according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture. But like I said, still more than 64,000 strong across the state. So we're still talking about that USDA World Ag Supply, or USDA Ag Outlook Forum last week. Boy, those prices are just continuing to pop. Dairy, well, we're still waiting for some vision, some direction on what's going to happen to the Farmers to Families Food Box program and its future. Barrel cheese down 3 today at $138 1/4. 40-pound block cheese unchanged at $157. Double A butter down 2 1/4 at $148 3/4 per pound. I'm going to take advantage of the beautiful weather and Madison Restaurant Week and head towards one of those destinations that they've been talking about during the morning show. Get out and enjoy a little bit.
Perfect day. Grab some lunch. Maybe eat outside.
Yeah, well, maybe.
Maybe? All right, Pam, enjoy the day. Here's Chris now with the details on this beautiful day.
Winter, as much as I love you, we've got to break up, and I have my reasons for that. You just put us through 429 straight hours of temperatures below freezing, and not only that, it gets worse. 14 days with lows below zero. You had 21 straight days below normal, and 765 straight hours of temperatures below the freezing point. I'm over it. I'm done, because check out the temperatures that we're seeing out there this afternoon. 15 degrees warmer than we were at this exact same time yesterday. And at that point, we already thought things were warm. So it feels great. At 45 degrees, our wind chill is even into the 40s. So this is a picture-perfect afternoon. Get out of here, winter. We are full-on team spring at this point. 43 in Janesville right now. 43 in the Dells. Port Platteville, one of the few spots stuck into the upper 30s throughout southern Wisconsin right now. Here's Doppler track. It's quiet, but cloud cover will begin to get into the mix. This is what I'm watching just back towards the north and west. Here we have this little area of snow. It's a clipper system. That's going to pass to our north later on tonight. That does, however, mean we will see more in the way of cloud cover. Here we are, planning the rest of your afternoon. Temperatures stay into the mid-40s for the next couple of hours. Then they begin to drop as some colder air works its way on in. But we still stay mild going through the overnight hours. This is 10:30. Check out these temperatures still in the mid and upper 30s for a lot of spots. That cloud cover is going to work as a blanket, so temperatures actually will not fall all that much towards tomorrow morning. About 31 is the coldest we're going to get, especially with that northerly wind flow on the backside of that system. Clouds clear out tomorrow afternoon. Temperatures likely make it into the mid 30s, and then tomorrow night, that's when we'll see the colder air. 19 that low as we start to move into Thursday morning, Thursday afternoon. Your highs are right around the freezing point. Get this, we're staying quiet for the most part this week, but I'm still keeping tabs on a system that could move our way late Friday night and into early Saturday. Right now, the trend is that it may start off as snow, go over to a mix, and end as some rain as we move into your Saturday early morning time period. We still have plenty of time to watch this. It's more than 4 days away at this point, so we are still in what I call the first warn. This is the heads up that there might be a system as we get towards the weekend. Still plenty of time for changes, so nothing to be alarmed about as of now. But the warmer air, ultimately that rules as we go through this week. Early next week, we'll see a shot of some colder air come our way. That's going to be your forecast as we head into Monday, because your high is only 28. But we recover from that point as well. 34 Tuesday and Wednesday, 37 by next Thursday. Folks, these temperatures are well above average. Even our coldest low coming in at 12, that's okay, because these afternoon highs make up for it. The sunshine makes up for it as well, guys.
I think the winter might be done with you, too.
It might be. Honestly, winter might be over me and all the snow I requested at some point. Well, but you know what? We're having fun today. We're okay.
Yes, we are. It's time. All right, Chris, thank you. Howard's in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen making lemon butter fish fillets.
When it comes to getting dinner on the table quick, one of my favorite things to do is to saute some fresh fish. I love it because it always looks fancy and tastes great. And the reality is, it takes less time than picking up fast food. So let me show you how to make it. I start by dipping a few catfish fillets in some seasoned flour before dipping them in some buttermilk that I've mixed a few eggs with. From there, I bread them with, get this, some crushed saltine crackers. It gives us lots of crunch. After that, I saute them in a bit of oil until both sides are golden. It's hearty enough to saute, yet its flavor is nice and mild. While these finish up, we'll make a quick lemon butter sauce to spoon over them. Once the fillets flake easily, it's good to go. That's it. From start to finish, it's quicker than driving to pick up fast food. Serve this with some steamed veggies and dinner is done. To get the recipe for what we call lemon butter fish fillets, simply visit our website. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a fast and flaky way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
All right, thank you. When we come back, dietitian Michelle Swader has some tips for anyone having a tough time losing weight in the new year. We'll talk about the hidden factors affecting weight loss. That's next.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Millions of customers are leaving their providers and switching to Spectrum. And if you have satellite, it's not hard to see why. Because unlike satellite, Spectrum gives you all the services you need, like internet and TV from one provider.
They do?
Yeah, they do. And Spectrum has the fastest download speeds with the most reliable performance. Get Spectrum Internet with speeds at 200 megabits for $44.99 a month. Call 833-909-4499. Spectrum wins on TV, too. Unlike satellite, Spectrum doesn't have an ugly dish to install. And you get exclusive premium original content with Spectrum Originals.
Wow, really?
Really. Plus, Spectrum has more free HD and free on demand. Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-909-4499. And unlike satellite providers, Spectrum doesn't have contracts or early termination fees. We'll even buy out your current contract up to $500. Switch to America's fastest growing internet, TV, and voice provider. Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each. Ask about our easy self-install options. Call 833-909-4499.
This is one of the biggest furniture events of the year, the President's Sale at Slumberland. Come on. Slumberland Furniture has the best prices around on all sorts of furniture. And right now at our President's Sale, everything is an additional 25% off our already low price.
This is totally you.
Oh. Yeah, this is the winner. Well, hello, Slumberland.
Get your look for less at the huge President's Sale at Slumberland.
Do you suffer with pain, numbness, and tingling in the hands or feet? Commonly diagnosed as peripheral neuropathy? Are you taking drugs such as Lyrica or gabapentin that have serious side effects and often do not relieve your symptoms? Your doctor has told you you may just have to live with the pain. Peripheral neuropathy is a result of damage to the nerves, often causing burning, weakness, pain, numbness, tingling, and the most debilitating balance problems. Our facility uses multiple therapeutic methods to help give you relief from neuropathy symptoms with no injections and no drugs. You may start seeing relief after only a few sessions. To determine if your neuropathy symptoms can be relieved, we will do a consultation to evaluate the extent of your condition. Call us today to schedule your neuropathy consultation to find out if you're a candidate for our therapy. Call today.
Welcome back. Michelle Schwader, dietitian at UW Health, joins us to talk about the hidden factors that affect weight loss. Hi, Michelle.
Hello, how are you?
Very good. Let's talk about hidden factors. What are we talking about?
Right, so we generally focus on nutrition and activity when we're looking at weight loss, and rightly so. But we have to take a look at our total health to make sure that we're not unintentionally putting up barriers to weight loss.
Things like what?
Well, one of the main ones is actually medications. Now, we're on medications for good reason, so you shouldn't stop or change your dose without talking to your doctor. But if you feel like some of these medications are causing you to have weight gain or increase your hunger, you might want to talk to your doctor or pharmacist about trying to find maybe a weight-neutral alternative.
There are other drugs that you could probably go to. What are other things like stress and poor sleep?
Yeah, those two are kind of hand in hand. You know, anytime we have a stressor that puts our body into fight or flight mode. And what happens when we do that is we kind of shut down some of what our body deems as non-essential functions. So you actually do less fat burning when you're in that fight or flight mode, and you're more likely to hang on to the calories. And if you are sleep deprived, that's basically another form of stress because you haven't had time to rest and recuperate, which is what we're supposed to do when we're sleeping. And then when we're awake the next day, we are more likely to crave the high calorie, high sugar items in order to keep us awake.
Interesting. I notice you have dehydration on there. That surprises me.
Right. Well, in the short term, dehydration can just be an empty stomach, you know, so sometimes just having a drink of water can kind of help keep you full. But we actually do everything a little bit better when we're hydrated. It can help our organ function, it can help our cognitive function. So if you take a dehydrated person and a hydrated person, the hydrated person is going to lose weight actually more quickly because just water helps us do all of our functions better.
And hormones can affect this too.
Definitely. Hormones are signals that go all through the body, different organs, and basically help us run behind the scenes.
All right.
And if we have a disease that affects that, then that can affect our overall weight loss. So if you have one of these underlying conditions, or you think you might, you should get your blood checked by your doctor to help normalize those levels.
All right, Michelle, thank you. We're out of time. Chris, one final word of the weather.